Hi, good morning all. In today's session, we are going to cover the subsetting functions. Subsetting the function as well as apply the filter condition. How do we apply the filter condition in R? Let's say we have a data, and on top of a given data, we need to just consider only subset of data. We don't want to get the whole data. We need to have only part of a data. To get the part of data, we are going to use the subset function. First, let me write the syntax of subset function. How do we write the syntax of subset function? Let's say bank market is the data set name. Assume that bank market is the data set name. In the bank market, assume that I have a gender variable. Okay. In the bank market, we have a gender variable. Under the gender, we have the male, we have the female. Our requirement is we need to get only female data. We need to get only female data, and that to be need to create it in separate data set. Let's say now bank market 1 is equal to bank 1 is equal to subset. Subset is a function what we are going to use it. And first, once you write the subset, which data you are subsetting? Bank market, the data set you need to write here. Bank market, comma, gender is equal to means here double equals female. That's all. Simple. Bank 1 is equal to subset of bank market. Bank market means on top of which data set you would like to subset the data, and simply you need to write the condition. Simply you need to write the condition. Clear? Like the same way how we are going to do in R language. How do we do the same thing in R language? Let me explain you the same way. Once we write the subsetting the data, then we will try to look for the other thing. Okay. Let me first write down this thing, and we will see the with examples. And let me open the R Studio. Here in the R Studio, basically, last session, and above that, just we are adding on that. So I will send you all this thing today. Subsetting the data. Let me take a one simple data set from text reader. Let's say we are taking the bank data set. Bank market is the one data set. Here bank market we have the various numbers. First one is the let's keep as a bank. In the bank data set, which consists of 45,211 records along with 18 variables. The variable names are first step. Whenever we receive the step, what is the first step we need to rate? Dim function. Dim function will let us know how many observations we have and how many variables we have. Bank, so it is tells us about the 45,211 along with 18 variables. Along with 18 variables. And the next one will be, I would like to understand what are the 18 variable names. Which function we are going to use? No, 18 variable names. What are the names of? We can use the names function. Structure will tell us about the each and every variable data type, like whether it is a numerical data type or a character data type. We are not talking about the data type of a data set. Just what we are talking about, what are the here we got the 18 variable names. Yes, 18 variable names, 45,211 records along with 18 variables. So in the 18 variables, what are the names? Name of each and every column name. So how many columns we have? Variable is nothing but column name. So we have a 18 columns. So we have a names of 18 column names, like names function, names of bank data. You tell about the customer number. First one is the customer number, age, job, marital status. Marital is nothing but single, married, divorce. Education, as well as the default, balance, housing, loan, contact day. Like that, we have the 18 variables. Now let me here. We have the bank data. In the bank data, first one is the customer number. Customer number is nothing but ID kind of variable. Age is nothing but age is a continuous variable. Job is a character variable or a numerical variable. Job is a character variable. Marital status, character variable. Education, character variable. Default, character variable. Now, under the marital status, how many distinct levels we have? We would like to understand how many distinct levels and how many times each and every count is repeating. Marital status, how many levels we have? Like that, single, married, divorced, like that, how many levels we have? We need to understand that. Further, do we have any function? Factor function will give us the unique levels. But how many times single is repeating? How many times married is repeating? How many times widow is repeating? How many times divorce is repeating? Or how many times others are repeating? List is a one data type which to create the data form. Have you ever heard about the table function? Yes, last session we were discussing about the table function. Table function, what it will does? Table function will give us the count of the records. Table function will give us the count. How many times particular level is repeating. Let me do the same thing here. Finding the unique level counts for the categorical variable like marriage. Table of bank dollar marital, bank dollar marital. So here in this case, let me run this one. Here under the bank marital status, we have the divorced customers are 5207, married customers are 27214, single customers are 12,790. Now what we would like to do by using this single, we have a single is a one unique level. We would like to create a new data set wherever marital status is equal to single. We would like to create a new data set with marital status is single. Marital status is single. How do we create new data set? Right? Bank 1 is equal to subset of, what is our data set? Existing data set? Bank marital is equal to single. Single is the character, right? So we need to write the double quotes. So how many records ideally we have to get? Whatever the 12790. Did we get the same number of records? Did we get the same number? Bank 1 is equal to same number of records we have. Clear? For example, I need This is how we subset the data. On top of, while doing the subsetting, is it possible to apply the conditions? Yes, definitely possible. How do we apply the condition? What are the conditions we can able to apply? And or condition, and condition as well as the or condition. Let's say we have the, let's say as a bank, right? We have the age variable, sir. Everyone, we have the age variable. Under this age, I need a customers. I need only the customer where age is greater than 40. Why you mention age is greater than 40? Can't you take age is greater than 25? Yes, absolutely. You may take the, absolutely you may take the age greater than 20 also. But ideally, what you need to do, you have to take the only, just as an example, we have considering age is greater than 40. How do we consider that? Create a new data set. Create a new data set. Create a new data set where age is greater than where is greater than is 40. Where age greater than is, one second. Where is greater than 40. Now bank 2 is equal to, bank 2 is equal to subset of bank comma is greater than 40. Simple. Data set, on which data set you would like to apply comma age greater than 40. See how many records we got? 20,494. 20,494. Here we want to, we would like to check how many thing we are doing. Here in this case, how do we, let's say one simple, only one condition applied. Is it possible to apply the both conditions by using the AND symbol or like that? Now we are applied the only single condition. Can we able to apply the more than one condition at a time? Yes, we can apply the, we can able to apply the more than one condition at a time. Now how do we do? Here in this case, create new data set, create a new data set with more than one condition. Let's say bank 3 is equal to, here we have a default is there. Here everyone can able to see, here can we see the default? So a is greater than 40 and we would like to understand whether defaults are no. That means default is nothing but where the customer is not paying the bill. Default is nothing but the customer who are not paying the bill. Those customers are called as the default customer. Let's say you have a credit card, continuously you are not paying the bill for 3 months. Those customers are called as the defaulter. Yes. Now we want to see non-default. Default is equal to no, means the customers are the non-default customers. How do we do that? Bank 3 subset bank comma age greater than 40 and default is equal to no. Always equal to means, you know, you are comparing something, you need to give the double equal to, not the single equal to, not the single equal. Default is equal to no. That is nothing but, see here bank 3 is nothing but 20,147. Here in this case, if the unconditioned, what is the meaning? If the two conditions are satisfied, then only we will get the output. Otherwise, we won't get the output. If either of the one condition is failing, still we won't get the output. If both the conditions are satisfied, then only we are going to get an output. Clear? Let's say I want to write the one more condition. Bank R condition, basically bank 4 is equal to subset of bank comma age greater than 40. R means pipe condition. Default is equal to no. Bank 4 is equal to subset of bank comma age greater than 40, or default is equal to no, or default is equal to no. So here we got the how many records we got? When both the conditions are true, age greater than 40 and default is equal to no. How many records we got? Bank 3, 20,147. Whereas either of the one condition is true, that might be possible, age greater than 40 or default yes, R condition. If the two conditions are satisfied, we'll get the output. If one condition is satisfied, we'll get the output. Unless until if the two conditions are failed, we won't get the output. In remaining all the three conditions, we will get the output. That is the reason we get the around 44,743 records. Any questions about this? Any questions? Guys, any questions were on the call? Okay. Now we would like to understand how do we do them. Now here we write the condition, and we at the same time we are creating the new data set also. I mean subset. While creating the new data set, I mean first we are applying the condition. While applying the of course we are creating new data set by using the some conditions, right? While applying the condition, we don't want all the 18 variables. We want only the few variables. Let's say here in the bank 4 only, we got what is the bank 4 means, where age greater than 40 or default is equal to no. So while getting this output, I don't want all these 18 variables. We require only 3 variables. Those are age variable, customer number and default number. Default. I need in the output only 3 variables. We don't want remaining variables. Create a, let me write down here. Create a new data set with only 3 variables. Those are like age variable, like custom number is another customer number, and default. Create a new data set with only required 3 variables. Those are age variable, customer number and default. How do we print this? See, bank 5 is equal to subset same, and what is the data set? Bank. First let me apply the conditions, where age greater than 40 or R means pipe symbol, default is equal to default is equal to no perfect comma. We need to select the variables, right? How many variables we need to select? 3 variables. Select is equal to C of what are the variables? Cust number is a small number or capital number? Sorry. Customer number is a small number or CST is a capital, right? Cust number, comma, age variable, comma, default. See, here we created the bank 5 with only 3 variables. We selected only 3 variables, right? We selected the customer number, age, default. Let me click on this. We got the customer number, age, default. Clear? Any confusions? Guys, any confusion about this? Here, what we are doing, we are selecting this, and from the select, we need to select only 3 columns. Those are customer number, age, and default. For example, in the bank data, I don't want to select the Y P outcome previous. I don't require Y and P outcome in the or P days in my output. We don't want in the final data set P days as well as the Y. We need to print the remaining all these things. How do we print that? Minus, simple take the condition, create a new data set, with not selecting the some of the variables. Bank 6 is equal to bank 6 is equal to bank of subset of bank, and what's data bank? Let's say age greater than 40 and symbol I'm writing this time. Of course, you can write the R symbol also, no issue at all. Or default is equal to no, comma, select is equal to minus C. Minus C means not selecting those things. Select is equal to, select is a syntax. Minus C means not selecting the particular variables. If I did not mention the minus, that means it's selecting only those variables. If we are keeping minus C means not selecting those variables. Here what are those? P days, comma, Y. See, how many total is the 18? Out of that, we did not select the 2 variables. So how many variables we will get? 16 variables. Did we get the 16 variables in the bank 6? Yes, we got the 16 variables. So, any questions? Guys, any questions on the call? Okay. Now, how many conditions we are able to write so far? 2 conditions. Is it possible to write more than 2 conditions? Yes. How do you write more than 2 conditions at a time? How do we write more than 2 conditions at a time? Here in this case, applying the more than 2 conditions at a time. Applying the more than 2 conditions at a time. Here, for example, bank 7 is equal to subset of bank, comma, subset of bank, comma, let's say age greater than 40 and default is equal to yes. So how default is equal to yes. Here S is the capital or small. Let me check. It is a really important default small only, and marital is equal to or marital is equal to single. Marital is equal to single. This is the syntax. This is how we can write the more than one condition. I mean more than two conditions at a time, or vice versa. Also, you can write it. Clear? Let me run this one. Oh, sorry. Let me check. What is the error? And space.
It's a double equal to.
Yes, it's a double equal to. Again, marital is not found. Maybe spelling mistake. MARATL. See these general kind of common errors. Let's see. Now, just created. Bank 7 is 13,092 with 18 variables. That is how we will create. This is how we can apply the subset. And I will send you the assignment for you by email after this session. I will send you the assignment related to the, I mean, subsetting the function. Okay, I will do a mail, and please do an assignment by tomorrow. Okay, after this session I will send you the mail. So it is a 5 to 7 statement, you need to write it. Okay, by using the subset function only. Okay, perfect. Now how do I write the if else condition? How do we create the new variables? How do we create the new variables or flags? How do we create new variables by using if else conditions? How do we create the new variables by using the if else conditions? How do we create? So the syntax, first let me tell us about the, let's say if gender is equal to male, if gender is equal to male, we need to write the one, else we need to write the 0 as an example. How do we write that? Here the syntax is very simple. How we are doing the same in Excel. Here for example, bank, assume that bank is a data set, bank dollar gender flag. Basically, if else is the syntax, bank dollar gender is equal to male, then we set 1, else 0. That means the first, here simple terms, if you write if else, first condition, if the condition is true, right here whatever you want, right, condition is true. Here condition is false. The condition is false. First is the condition. First condition is true, whatever you need to write. If the condition false means what you have to write if the condition is false, right? Here how do we write that? The same way we can write here with other examples. Okay, let me clean all these things. Let me import the one more data set, like okay, let me just, sorry, uh, let me take which data is the best suitable data. Let me give me 1 minute. I will tell you about the best data to choose. Yes, auto data set is the one data set. Here we have a auto data. Here how many records we have? 205 records with 26 variables. Once we import that data, what is the first step we need to do? We need to check the dim function. Import the auto dataset into R tool. First step, calculate the details of auto dataset. So details means dim function, dim of auto. That means it will tell us about the 205 rows and 26 columns. And have you ever discussed about how do we find the missing values? On Saturday's session we were discussed about the how do we calculate the identifying the missing value. How can we identify the missing value? How do we identify the missing value? Yes, is dot,
by using is dot.
Yes, by using is dot na we can identify the missing values. For example, sum of means we are finding the count, how many missing values counts are. Is dot na of auto data. So sorry, data set is wrong. Auto. So there are total 55 missing values are there in the auto data set. There are total 55 missing values are there in the auto. Does this all the missing values in particular single variable? Does all the missing values in various variables? Let's check the data set. Let's say we have the normalized losses. Can everyone able to see the normalized losses? There is NA, right? By default, missing values are going to be stored in NA values. By default, missing values are going to be stored as a NA. Here in this case, here we have a one variable called horsepower is the one variable. Can everyone see the horsepower? Let's say horsepower is the one variable. But in the next session, coming session, how do we identify the missing values? All these things. We have a user defined function. In the next session, how do we write the user defined function? We will discuss about that. But let's, as of this case today, just let's say horsepower is the one variable. Let's say sum of is dot na auto dollar horsepower, auto dollar horsepower. So in this case, what happens? What does it mean? It will tell us about in the horsepower variable how many missing values are there. So in the horsepower variables, we have the two missing values. Okay, wherever we have the missing values, wherever we have the missing values, we need to replace the missing values with 999 or 4 times of the 9. Wherever we have the missing values, we need to replace with the 3 times 9 or 4 times 9. Of course, this is not the general way to do the missing values. We have a separate session. Once we complete the basic statistics, we have a separate session. How do we treat the missing values? How do we treat the outliers? Outliers also we'll get in the next chapters. For those we will discuss the separate. Based on that, we will treat the missing values and outliers. But as of now, we are going to replace the missing values with 4 times 9. Our ultimate goal is now how if-else condition is working. To understand that point, we are going to use it, right? So what is the data set? Auto. I am creating a new variable, right? Horsepower underscore 1. You may get the doubt why we are creating the new variable. Can't we do the same thing? I mean, can't we replace the missing values with 9999 in the existing variable? Yes, we can do in the existing variable. Someone says that why you have done the 999? Can you do with the some other number? So those values might be replaced. So it will be really difficult to get back those values. So that is the reason we are creating the separate variable. We are keeping the original variable as it is, like that. Here, horsepower, we are creating the new variable to replace the missing value. In the horsepower, we can say that we saw that there are two missing values are there, right? To replace these missing values, we are replacing these two missing values with 9999. Okay, so people will generally get a doubt, do I need to update the missing values in the same horsepower variable, or do we need to go with to create a new variable? Ideally, we have to go with to create a new variable. The reason is, for example, I updated with the 9999. Someone says that why do you update the 999? Can't I update with the 66666? If I update with the 9999, so it will be really difficult to retrieve back with the NA values, right? So for that purpose, I don't want to disturb the original variable. So we are creating a new variable. If someone asks you again with the new value, we can, by using the original variable, we can create it. That is the meaning of the. Okay. Here horsepower 1 is equal to if else. What is the condition? We need to check. First we need to check, is it a missing value or not? If it is a missing value, then only we need to replace. If not, we need to keep the same value. How do we check the missing values? Is that NA of auto dollar horsepower comma, if it is a missing value, right, 999, 5 times 9 or 7 times 9, anything. If the condition is true, we need to keep 9999. If not, how much we need to keep? Auto dollar horsepower. Is it clear syntax? If else is that NA, is that NA means checking. Where is that NA? Auto dollar horsepower. If it is the NA values, if the condition is true, then it will replacing the value with 999. If the condition is failed, it replacing with the additional value, exact same value. Replacing with the same value. How do we going to do now? Here in this case, horsepower values are like that. So we would like to cross verify. Does the two missing values we have? Horsepower, as we see in the horsepower, sum of is that NA, auto dollar horsepower, how many missing values we can able to find? We are able to find the two missing values. Now we replace the two missing values with the 5 times 9. Does it properly apply or not? We have to check. How do we check? Again, sum of is dot na auto dollar horsepower or horsepower 1, we need to check. Horsepower underscore 1, because that is the new variable, right? So we got the 0. What does it mean? There is no missing values in horsepower underscore 1. That means whatever the two missing values we have in horsepower, those two values has been replaced with 5 times 9 in horsepower underscore 1. Clear, sir? Now let me give you one small example related to the if else. How many conditions we are writing if else condition? One condition, right? I mean one if else. How do we write the nested if else condition? Nested if condition. Nested if condition. Nested if means more than one condition, more than one if condition at a time is called as nested if. Means more than one if condition. Let me give you one small example, one small just as an example. Let's say we have a price variable. Prices ranges from 0 to 10,000. I mean minus also will be there. Okay, if price is less than 0, we need to set that price class will be low. Okay, if price is greater than 0 and price is less than 100, then it is medium. Else price, I mean else high. That means greater than 100, price class is greater than 100, then high. How do we write this condition in a data? Clear? Confusion? Here we have a write the price less than or equal to 0, less than or equal to less than or equal price less than or equal to 0, then we need to write low, price greater than 0 and price less than 80, then medium, price greater than, I mean else we need to write high, else we need to write high. How do we write these kind of conditions, right? How do we write these kind of conditions? Let's say here we don't have any price variable. Let's go to the one more data set as an example, same kind. We are importing the okay, is it clear? And now here we have the quantity variable. We have the quantity variable. Let's find the what is the minimum quantity, what is the maximum quantity. Based on that we can create a one condition. Here writing the nested if conditions. How do we write? What is the min? Min is nothing but minimum value. Min is nothing but minimum value. Min of online retail dollar quantity NA. That means, okay, here in the quantity, can you see the missing values? Can you see the missing values? So what we need to do, let's replace the first missing values with the some value, then we will write the multiple condition, or else we can write that like that. Let's say we can write like this. First write a quantity variable. If there are any missing values, then replace with 999. If not, quantity greater than 10, then we say low. Next condition, quantity in between greater than, less than 10, assume that greater than 10, and quantity less than 100, keep medium, else high. Okay, more than one condition already. How do we write? See, quantity class, for example, online retail dollar quantity underscore 1 is equal to, first we need to write the if else. First condition, if there are any missing values, we need to replace the missing values with is dot NA online retail dollar quantity. If the condition is true, we need to replace with the 999. Else, if the condition is failed, then we need to write again if else quantity online retail dollar quantity less than sorry. Okay, let me write down again. If the condition is fail, what we need to write again? If else online retail dollar quantity less than or equal to 10 or less than, okay, 10, anything you can keep, then you need to keep low, else we are keeping the medium. Why we are getting an error? Error expected one more symbol. We don't have, we did not keep the what is the error? Can anyone guess? Unexpected symbol. There is the unexpected symbol. Can anyone see the syntax, and can anyone get what is the error? Think it. Error, unexpected symbol in online retail dollar quantity one. First online retail dollar quantity one, we create the one variable. If else
Could you,
is dot, yeah,
I could.
tell me.
Could you please divide into two parts that one? That code. We are not able to see full code.
Okay.
Yeah, now we can.
Online retail if else is dot na. First we are writing the is dot na condition. The condition is true. We are saying that if else online retail again low or medium. What could be
It's
the
like
yeah
online retail 1, quantity 1
yeah
underscore.
mm-hmm.
In
What
if else condition, it's
yeah just this is the creating a new variable by using the if else
yeah.
condition. If there are any missing values in the quantity variable, we are replacing with the 999. If there are not missing values,
Okay.
if else online retail dollar quantity less than 10, less than or equal to 10, then we are saying the low. If the condition is failed, then we set the medium.
Okay.
Now any suggestions? What is the meaning?
Bracket is missing here, Koti.
Where? Tell me.
Online retail dollar quantity.
Unexpected. Here see
Second difference.
error in unexpected one symbol. We given the
Symbol.
unexpected symbol. Where?
I think that last one. Could you please remove that?
Where? Here this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me run this one.
And
I know the answer. Just I'm crash verifying you guys to check it. Again we got the error. See here there are two more.
good.
Here after
Oh.
medium also we have a two more errors are there. See.
Yes. Second if else condition online retail dollar quantity. What?
Got it.
Or quantity lesser than or equal to 10 we have given as a low.
Yeah.
For medium, we supposed to give another condition. That may be the reason.
Not that is the reason. Just the error here. See the unexpected symbol. We have the parenthesis. We given the extra parenthesis. That is the reason we got it. Of course, now it has been executed. Here we created the online one low 9999 because we are given the 991 missing values. If I have a doubt, let me check the counts. Basically, table of online retail dollar quantity one. These are the lows are these many missing values. Even if I check the missing values in this case, sum of is dot na online retail dollar quantity. How many missing values? Missing values are replaced with the 99. Does it exactly matches? Does it exactly matches? Here see in the quantity variable we have the 24 missing values. Missing values, what we have done? Missing values we are replaced with 999, 4 times 9. So how many missing values we have? 24 missing values. So 24 999s and these many lows are there which are less than 10 and the medium is the this one. If you want to write the one more condition also, you can write here. That is the meaning of this one. Clear, sir? Any confusions? Clear? Any confusion, guys? Any questions? User defined function. We have a, how do we write the user defined function? creating the user defined function. Let's say in the auto variable we saw the missing values, right? Some horsepower missing values, normalized losses we have a missing value. So now I would like to understand how many missing values in each data set for each and every variable. For that I don't want to go manually one by one variable. I need for all the variables in one shot. For that we have to create the user defined function. Here, how do we create the user defined function? User defined functions we are going to create by using the function. Let's say here number of NAs is equal to number of NAs is equal to function of x. Function of x. That means function is a, if you want to create the user defined function, we have to use the function parameter. X is the whatever the variables are data set were. Sum of is dot NA of x. Sum of user dot NAX, and we are closing. So it will tell us about, this will tell about the missing values in each variable. Missing values in each parameter. X is nothing but your variables, or you can say data set. It will work for the each and every variable. Here number of NAs is the, we are assigning number of NAs. You can keep ABC, you can keep anything in the place of number of NAs. That function is that to create the user defined function, we have to use the parameter, or we need to pass the function. X means data set name, whatever you need to create the data set. What function we need to write? Sum of is dot NA. Sum of is dot NA will tell us about how many missing values in each and every variable. Once we have done this, we are closing this value. First, I think you get this some difficult to understand. First, let me try to create, and I will explain you once. How do we create this one in the practical? Here, see, number NAs. NAs is nothing but, so here number NAs, function C, function of x. Here sum of is dot NA of x. This is the function we are creating. These functions are called as the global environment function. Once you run this function, you can use for the any data set. Now how do I use? Number of NAs of your data set name. What is your data set? Auto. Sorry. Let me write down here. Number of NAs, comma, auto data set. We have to get right. Could not find function number of NAs. Okay.
While declaring function is given UBR.
Yes, wait.
Number.
Yeah.
Number spelling mistake.
Sorry. Yes, the spelling mistake I've written. NU. So the total numbers are, this is how we will get to know. So here NUMBR underscore NA, function of x, sum of is dot NA of x. So simply we can write sum of is dot NA of auto. Exactly, we'll get the same 55. Here you are creating the user defined function. Based on that, suppose I'm not going to use for the next data set NU UBR underscore NAS of online retail. So automatically I am going to get the how many missing values for the online retail. In the online retail also we have the 194 missing values. Online retail also we have the 194 missing values. So that is how we can create the user defined function. Of course, going forward we are going to use the many number of user defined function. We'll discuss about one by one. Every time to find out the missing values we are using sum of is.NA data set name. Instead of writing that, once you create the number of NAs, so number of NAs function of x. Function is a just a user defined function of x, whatever the data set we are passing. Sum of is.NA. Is.NA will tell us about how many missing values we have in the data set. Number of NAs of auto, automatically it will give the how many missing values in the auto data set. Number of NAs of online retail, how many missing values in the online retail, it will give us the count, right? That is the meaning of this one.